Well, it's now time to welcome one of Rai's former teammates at Paris Saint-Germain, former Ballon d'Or, who also played here in Monaco, right, Marc?
Yes.
You remember that?
149 matches at l'AS Monaco entre 1988 et 1992, from 88 to 92. Paris Saint-Germain, from
Absolutely.
92 to 95. AC Milan, well, the neighbors, 95 to 2000. Olympique de Marseille, 1 year.
And we can define him as a true hero of peace through sport. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Liberia, Monsieur Manneh Weah.
Excellency Manneh Weah, Your Highness Prince Albert II, His Excellency Stefano de Mistura, Special Envoy of the United Nations, Mr. Joel Banzu Oli, President and Founder of Peace and Sports, Excellencies, honored guests and speakers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is a special honor to join Your Highness Prince Albert II and other most distinguished speakers to address the 13th editions of the Peace and Sports International Forum being hosted here in the beautiful and historic Principality of Monaco, and to bring you warmest greetings from the government and people of Liberia, the glorious land of peace and liberty. Your Highness, Prince Albert, I want to tell you that whenever I'm in Monaco, I'm home. And you know personally, Your Highness will know what I mean when I say that. I started playing the game of soccer in Liberia many years ago, and my journey to play professional soccer out of Liberia came when I was recruited from the Invincible 11 Majestic Sports Association in Liberia to play for Tonnerre Calara Club in Cameroon, Yaoundé. However, I was very determined to play in Europe, and before long, I found myself in Monaco, Monte Carlo, where the foundations of my professional career was consolidated. I was recruited by my beloved mentor and friend, Mr. Arsène Wenger, who was then the coach of Monaco. And I played with the club from 1988 to 1992 for the most wonderful and glorious years in my life, which can never be forgotten. I made many friends when I live here, and I continue to maintain and cherish some of those friendships even up to today. I feel as much at home in Monaco as I do in Liberia. But we did not only have fun in Monaco. We went diligently about the business for which we have been hired. By the time I left Monaco for Paris Saint-Germain in 1992, we saw Monaco reach the final of the European Cup Winner Cup that year. It was also during my time with Monaco that I won my first international award, African Footballer of the Year in 1989. For the first time, 3 times, and the Coupe de France in 1991. When I first arrived in Monaco in 1988, I came as a young aspiring footballer with a small suitcase, maintaining 1 pair of shoes, 1 pair of football boots, and 1 pair of trousers, and 1 shirt. But I also came with a trunk full of determination and commitment, and a heart filled with hope that through dedication and hard work, I will rise one day to the stars. Today, 35 years later, I return to the country that launched my European professional soccer career, and I have been received by you this time as the president of my beloved country, Liberia. Indeed, we have come full cycle of this marvelous journey, and I want to pay special homage to Monaco for giving me the springboard of success and for developing in me, through Coach Wenger, Dr. Campora, the discipline and motivations and a sense of team play, fair play, and servant leadership that has characterized my entire career since I had a good fortune to first set foot in this Asian principality. Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, in the invitation extended to me to attend this occasion, you cited some of my achievements, both off and on the field, and referred to me as an icon of sports and the head of states of the Republic of Liberia. In this regard, I want to rededicate this honor to the illustrious people of Liberia in particular, and the people of Africa in general, from where I was formed and defined before learning in Monaco to be fine-tuned into the international icon that you have just described. Your Highness, Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, my experience has taught me that sports can be used as an instrument for peace, coexistence. It is a force that can unify people of diverse backgrounds and beliefs. The theme of this 13th edition of the Peace and Sports International Forum, Sport is an answer for peace. It's therefore meaningful and relevant to the times in which we live. My country, Liberia, can attest to this. I had just spent a year in Monaco when the Civil War broke out in December 1989. And it was a very brutal and savage war. But throughout the war, it was sports, particularly soccer, that would cause all the warring factions to cease fire so that people could attend football games. Most often, rival forces came and watched soccer matches in Monrovia, the capital of Liberia. They would shake each other's hands before and during the game, embrace each other and cheer for their respective teams, no matter which warring faction they belong to. After the game, they will return back to the battlefield and resumed fighting each other. It was a strong testimony to the power of sports to unite the people of Liberia. Although Liberia was divided into factional territories at the time, there was no barrier to me entering any of the divided areas. The Ballon d'Or that I won in 1995 was celebrated by all, irrespective of the Civil War. We, the soccer players, used the game of soccer to reunite our country and reconcile our people. For example, Liberia's 2 appearances in the African Cup of Nations came during the period of the Civil War, when through the kind instrumentality of FIFA, that arrangements were concluded to permit the usage of Ghana as a home ground for Liberia. The condition for this concession from FIFA was that all our matches would have to be played, or the special home ground privilege would be withdrawn. Although there was no unified government in place in Liberia at that time, I made a personal commitment to FIFA that Liberia will appear in all of its matches, and I personally underwrote the cost of Liberia's participation in those 2 CAF seasons. Even now, in parts of the world where there are intense conflict, soccer provides the smoothing balm that heals anxiety and stress, as was the case with Liberia during the warring days. Some of these countries play their matches abroad. Their victory, like ours at the time, then bring excitement and joy to the people. The achievement of their individual nationals and clubs and national teams bring them joy and glory and raise their morale as a united people. Sports then becomes the only instrument that sometimes brought honor and hope to a rather hopeless and distressed people. Perhaps the role that we play as athletes in bearing the torch of our nation, stayed during the gloomiest period of its existence, may have contributed in some measures to our political victories in various elections held in post-war Liberia. After a number of attempts, the political party that I lead was eventually victorious in the general election, which resulted into my ascendancy as president of Liberia. What this means is that the people see and feel what athletes do. As leaders, we cannot let their hopes and aspirations down. We have to, therefore, use our leverage and influence to put smiles on their faces through practical policies and actions. It is my pleasure at this time to congratulate this year's distinguished winners and hero honorees. We implore you to use this honor to accelerate your work, not only for more laurels, but to give true meaning to your goals and objectives. I must also use this special opportunity to express sincere gratitude to the leadership of the Peace and Sports International Foundation for doing a splendid job in keeping this institution active and progressive for the last 15 years. In so doing, I will be remiss if I did not single out for special recognition my dear brother and good friend, Mr. Didier Drogba, the Vice President for Peace and Sports International Foundation. Didier and I had opportunity to play at Chelsea play for the same team, but not the same time. Its native Côte d'Ivoire and Liberia share common borders, as well as the experience of war. I remember during my days as ambassador of peace for the United Nations UNICEF, I was in Côte d'Ivoire settling problems between Liberians and Ivorians to be united and be friends because we are neighbors. The Manneh Weah Union organization, Didier, is doing a truly fantastic job back home. Through sports, he has directly and positively impacted his fellow compatriots. To young and upcoming athletes, I encourage you to be disciplined and work with determination in achieving your goals. Do not become so over-ambitious that you destroy your dreams before it even begins. Work hard and work to finish line with the honor and dignity, for there is no shortcut to the top in sports except for the relentless pursuit of excellence, hard work, and dedication. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, peace is the order of the day. Without peace, our war will be difficult. And with peace, we regain harmony and diversity. I want to thank you for the invitation, and God bless you.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. Merci beaucoup. Merci. Je vous invite à rejoindre, please.